Trump administration allows Utah to curtail voter-approved Medicaid expansion. The Trump administration on Friday granted a Utah request for a more limited Medicaid expansion, effectively short-circuiting a ballot measure approved by voters in November. The approval allows Utah to expand its program to those who earn up to 100% of the poverty level, or about $12,500 for an individual and $25,750 for a family of four. Under Obamacare, also notable is that Utah can now cap enrollment of newly eligible residents if state funding runs out. Currently, and the approval does not provide the higher level of federal funding that accompanies full expansion under Obamacare, though Utah officials have said they intend to seek the enhanced match soon. Several red states. The approval is the latest step in a busy health care week for the Trump administration. On Monday, the Justice Department said the entire Affordable Care Act should be struck down in a filing with a federal appeals court, a dramatic reversal of a stance it took last year. 2 days later, and on Thursday, another judge blocked its effort to make it easier for small businesses to band together to buy health insurance in so-called Utah's Republican Governor, Gary Herbert, and GOP lawmakers last month sought to pare back November's ballot measure by passing legislation that also seeks additional federal support and imposes more mandates on enrollees. That state law, this Friday's action means some 70,000 to 90,000 newly eligible residents can start applying on April 1, state officials said. Medicaid already, but it leaves out more than 50,000 people who would have qualified under the ballot measure, said Andrew Roberts, spokesman for Utah Decides, which supported the November effort. Other community advocates also decried the move, saying it would leave needy residents without access to medical care and end up costing the state more money. Limiting. Utah will have to shell out more state funds to cover the newly eligible than it would have had it expanded Medicaid like other states. The federal government, Friday's approval also requires certain enrollees to register for employment through the state's online portal, apply for jobs and participate in training. But unlike other states,
raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.